Hi, welcome to Fighting Talk. I'm Kudo Mal. I'm on a mission to spread the news of Kudo in the UK, but also the benefits of being a martial artist. This time we speak to Mike Connerbeer. Mike is another inspirational character at the club. He joined in his mid-50s and hasn't looked back since. Let's talk to him. Hi everybody, this is Mike Connerbeer. Mike was nominated by Carl in the last episode of Brew with the Crew. Hi Mike.
Hi.
So Mike, Carl was talking about a lot of quite deep things, about his bipolar. And, when we talked afterwards why he nominated you, he was talking about quite often that we all have our own challenges, it's where something that we connect. So our personal challenges, and he wanted to kick this kind of interview off about the age difference.
Yeah.
I'm in my 40s, you're in your 30s. And obviously, it's a tough life, isn't it? It's a tough job.
It's not that bad. It's okay. It's not that bad.
So, Mike, how old are you?
58.
You shouldn't ask a lady that, should you? Originally, that you joined our karate, because obviously the way that we run the dojo is that we offer karate classes. We also offer the Kudo classes. Now we've gone on a merged syllabus, so we're training everything on a rota. So it gives people an opportunity, and it encourages people to get involved in the Kudo. Because what I found was that people are going online, finding Kudo by the competition. So, when everybody's going at hammer and tong, trying to knock each other out. And, not necessarily in what it's like to be in a Kudo class to practice, and to train. So what were your thoughts on that, Mike? Because you joined the karate, and how do you phase into the club?
Yeah. I started off in the karate. Never really wanted to do the Kudo part of it because, at my age, I didn't really want to get hurt.
Yeah.
And it looks really frightening.
Yeah.
And but it is frightening if you look at the competition level as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But in a class, it's totally different, and you slowly work your way into it.
Mm.
It's not as bad as it seems afterwards.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually quite like Kudo more than the karate side.
Yeah.
I really do. I do. But I don't know whether I'd really want to go into competitions at my age or anything like that.
No.
Definitely not. No, yeah. I don't want to fight. I don't really want to fight.
Yeah.
But the actual the training with everybody else is absolutely amazing. I love that. It's actually
so how do you find it with the guys? Yeah, I mean, the guys younger than you. I'm sparring in the class with you as well. And how do you find it? You go into a full contact based art, and that they can do that during the session when they're fighting with you. But how do the guys treat you?
They take you fantastically, actually, because they dropped onto your own level. And you usually find even everybody sort of helps you out.
Yeah.
Everybody sort of helps you out, no matter what level they are or whatever. If you're struggling, they'll help you out as well.
Yeah.
So and it's absolutely amazing. I think the most scariest part I had is actually sparring.
Yeah.
Putting the headgear on and actually sparring.
Yeah.
And the first time I got hit with the headgear on, it's quite frightening.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But it's not as bad as it seems. After a while, when you get used to it, it's not as bad as it seems.
No, I mean, recently you had a fight with one of our new members, Sam. And he was up for recording it for his YouTube channel. Yeah. that was a way marker. You got a guy coming in his 20s, and he's a lovely guy. He's very respectful, and he wanted to throw himself in there, didn't he? And that was a good marker for you to see whether you've actually built skill, to be able to defend yourself, right? Because he was new.
Yeah.
It was you against him. We didn't really set the rules any than what we would normally do with a Kudo fight, and you did really well. I'm going to try when I do the edit on this to try to cut that fight in. I'm going to try and find it. I'll get off Sam, and we'll check that in as well. But you did amazing, and we were all really happy for you. So just a question for somebody that say Maybe 40s, 50s, thinking, this is just for the kids now, and I'm not gonna bother with that. What would you say the two things that someone your age would worry about going into the club?
I think people worry about whether they're actually fit enough. I worry whether I'm fit enough sometimes.
Yeah.
But sometimes I've been quite surprised at myself as well at times as well, and that's a boost. But fitness, and of course worried about getting hurt.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I worry about. I don't like taking knocks, but when you're younger, you don't mind, do you? But
No,
as you get older,
no, not at all. Yeah.
I think it's like anything. You realise it can affect you. But,
yeah. I suppose it's work as well, isn't it?
It's what?
Injury and work and that sort of thing is.
Yeah, it does worry you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't think I've never really been hurt. And I've been doing it. I can't remember how long I've been doing it now. About 3.5 years, going on 4 now.
Yeah.
And no, I haven't really been hurt in it. But I do. Mainly, I do it. I do it really for fitness, basically. I want to stay fit. And people around you give you a boost. They push. They actually push you, and it helps. If you go to for fitness on your own, you don't push yourself hard enough, do you?
No.
When you've got people around you pushing you all the time, it really does help.
So why Kudo, as in as a mixed martial art, rather than go to the gym or just go to a karate class or go to a judo class or a single martial art?
I suppose I did start off going down to the gym first. I used to love the gym, but as I said, you don't push yourself and you get lazy. When you come into a dojo and you've got people around you all the time, and they've all got their different ideas as well.
Yeah, totally.
Different ways of training, and you're picking up different ideas as well.
Yeah.
For yourself, and that's what I love about it.
So just talking about experience, right? So like you said, you've been involved in the club for a few years now, and for the last 3 years, we've been supporting the international camp at Rennes in France. And it's a big event, you get in 80 people from all around the world, high-ranking instructors there, and there's going to be sparring, and how rough it can be in the sparring from in our dojo, even though that obviously we have ways of encouraging people through the motions with drills and so on and so on. But as far as many hard fights, when you go there, you could be up against it, right? And when I said, who's going to Rennes this year? And your hand was up, and you look a bit uncertain at the time. But, how was your experience of going to an international camp for that? Because if I remember, there was it Captain Mike? I seen a photograph of you having a time of your life on there, weren't you?
I've still got my hat, it's all right.
Okay, so like my feeling to do with Kudo, was really inspired by going to Rennes, and I know the guys that have been with me since have, because you get a real flavour of what it should be like. We haven't quite got there in the UK, but obviously that's something we're working towards. But I felt that when it comes to the sparring, I would spar in, I'd Sparta's the fights that I wanted to. I'm still nursing a knee injury, and it's been years now. But how did it feel when you were there? Did you feel unsafe? What was the community, like family feeling like?
No, I joined in with everything. The only part that I saw when they were fighting at the end, I did think I'll leave that out, But when they were teaching and showing the moves and everything like that, I was involved. I kept through it all, and they were long sessions as well. They were long sessions, split up, and it was fantastic. And it's lovely to meet people as well, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
It is fantastic. You meet so many people.
You know, I felt like the respect is there, isn't it? I mean, if you didn't want to do the sparring at the end for the camp, you know, there's not people stood on the side eyeballing you, kind of, you know, making comments and things like. That's what I've experienced before, which is not very nice.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether I had to join in with all of it, but you can. If there's something you don't feel comfortable with, obviously you could just jump out, can't you?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And that's a good thing. There was no pressure on you to do anything.
No.
You know.
No.
But I took part in as much as I could because I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. It was great. And the people you meet, everybody's got different ideas, haven't they, as well?
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Jukucho, you know, Grandmaster Azuma Takashi, because his vision and his dream was to make sure it was a lifelong learning art and not just about the competition format. And that's what most people see with Kudo. They tend to see only the competition end. You know, and Azuma's literally just had a birthday, and you know, he's in his 70s and he'll still put his mitts on, stand with everybody, and still spar. So.
And I've been privileged to meet him as well, haven't I?
Oh, right, you did, yeah. It was in Malta, wasn't it?
In Malta, yeah.
There was a few bottles of wine involved with that, Mike. Sorry, it was.
Yeah, there was,
yeah. Especially the one bottle of wine that Jukucho bought. They come in salaries. Okay. So, what was it like for you to meet him?
Well, I feel a bit silly about it, but you know. Yeah, but it's an honour, honestly.
Yeah. He's a very down-to-earth guy, isn't he?
He's very down-to-earth. He's a lovely guy as well. He sat with us for a while, didn't he? He sat with us for a while.
Yeah, he did. That was great. Yeah. He was talking about, you know, Kyokushin, the difficulties he had there with the fixed ways of working and the restrictions put on the head hitting, and there was so many, obviously, who wanted to hit at the head. And then he talked about the head guard, if you remember. And, you know, there being a few associations, and yeah, we won't go into that. It's too political anyway. But it was good fun, and it's always good to have a drink with a lot of people that are already.
Yeah.
When we're talking about longevity, so it's actually getting involved in the martial arts. In your 50s, approaching 60, right? Have you got a dream, or is there like a picture of what you want to try to achieve? You know, or are you hoping to never hang up your belt, if you know what I'm saying?
The thing is, I think you asked me one time when I first started on there, how far I want to go, and I said I want to get to a black belt, or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it really matters about that. I think I just want to go as far as I can, as far as long as you know, as long as my body allows me to, and everything like that. So I don't think I'm not going to aim for something. I'm just going to ride along with it. I enjoy it. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to do. I just want to carry on and enjoy it. And I remember my last grading for Kudo, and how, you know, it was hard, but I got through it, and the feeling getting through that grading.
Yeah. And
when you actually pass, it's an amazing feeling. Yeah. And I want to get through that. You know, however many times, I want to get through that again.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep going. Yeah. I actually that's I can't make a prediction of where I'm going to be. I don't know. No
one does, do they? It's a bit of a tough question for me to ask, but it's one of those questions that everybody needs to think of, isn't it? It's kind of, you can't just ride in storm and then think you're going to come out the other side all right. You know, you've got to be thinking about your health and your mind. No, you don't. You know, no, none of us do. So.
But I'm 58 now, coming up to 60 now, so it's all downhill then, as they say. So.
Say that at 30.
I hope not, but you know, I'm going to keep going as long. I'm going to keep going as long as I can.
Yeah.
And you know, I hope I'm part of this for a long, long time.
You will be, Mike.
One way or another, even if I find you know, things slow down in one direction, I'm sure there's another direction I can go anyway.
Of course. Well, you know, we have a big art, and as I was saying, it's longevity in karate is easier But with Kudo, obviously, there's an expectation on you competing. But like we say, when we go away with a team and everybody plays a different part in the team, and not everybody has to do the fight. So that was fantastic. Thanks for that, Mike. And everybody wanted me to tell you that you inspire them every session you go in, and they love you to be there. You're missed when you're not there, Mike. All right. So there's a bit of emotional blackmail not to miss class.
I'll be there.
Okay, right. So these are the 10 questions. All right, you ready for this now, Mike? I know you've been dreading this. So let's start with an easy one, right? One food that you won't eat.
One food that I won't eat?
No.
I eat pretty much anything. I've never been fussy.
Yeah, especially if it's on someone else's plate as well.
Yeah, I'm not a jelly and blancmange person.
So just a dustbin, is that what you're saying, right? Okay. next question. Like for training point of view, punching or kicking?
I think punching. I can't get my leg up that.
Throwing or submissions?
Sorry, throwing or submissions?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure on that one. So, I don't know which one my worst at. I don't know. I was all right the other day when I perfected a throw. So I would say throws. Throws,
okay. This is a one-word answer thing, Mike. All right, just reminding.
I'll just take it as it is.
Oh yeah, this is a better one for you. You should be able to answer this one quickly. You ready? So, if you had to give up something, would it be wiping your bum or brushing your teeth?
What's that? What question is that?
Come on, Mike. Come on. Choose. Come on, you minger.
Wipe my bum.
Wipe your bum. Ah, stinker. Okay. If you had to describe yourself as an animal, what animal would you be?
Like a monkey, a chimpanzee.
A monkey, Mike the monkey. Okay. Since you've been in a club, what's your favourite memory?
My favourite memory?
Yeah.
Last year was a travelling to all different dojos and everything. Last year, I absolutely enjoyed meeting different people. That was the best part. I enjoy everything about it, but it was a fantastic experience.
Yeah, I mean that's the perks of what we do, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Okay then. Biggest achievement to date?
Biggest achievement?
Yeah.
I don't know. Getting through that Kudo where raising last time was the best achievement for me.
Yeah, keeping your head on.
especially with the sparring as well and whatever.
Yeah. A real challenge.
So that was a challenge.
Yeah.
That was a challenge.
And you did really well, Mike. It was amazing. Okay, and last question before you nominate. All right. Which interview did you enjoy more, Carl's or Ben's?
Oh, don't put me in that situation.
I did say you didn't have to answer one, didn't I? That's the one. Only joking, Mike. Only joking. All right, so who are you going to nominate, Mike? And I'm going to add to that, who are you going to nominate and why?
I'm going to nominate Josh.
Josh?
And only because, because every time we're online, he's the first one in to have something to say. Yeah. So let's hear what he's got to say.
Oh, he's going to have plenty to say when he sees this.
I love him really.
Well, he's great, and I look forward to interviewing him as well. So thanks, Mike, for a brew with a crew. I'll finish this off. And wish you all the best, and keep watching. We've got quite a few different guest speakers coming up from outside the club soon. And all the best, my friend. See you soon. Stay safe.
Cheers, Malcolm. Thank you.
Jungle.